Q&A portion of today's video. Yes, I know. I hope y'all like my little montage. If you do, comment below. If you don't, also comment below, like or don't like this video. This is my first one on this page, so yeah. Go ahead and show some love. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe because we got a lot coming to you. My name is Tiana. People call me Coach Ty, but y'all don't have to call me Coach Ty. You can call me Tiana, you can call me T, but people call me Coach Ty. I'm 29, I am a Virgo, September 6th to be exact, born in 93. You know, us Virgos in September are a little different. So yes, I'm also from New Jersey. I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and I lived in Atlanta. I've been living in Atlanta since 2007. So I don't know, y'all do the math, but I did go to college out here. I did graduate from college out here. I did go to high school. I did go to some middle schools in Jersey. You know how people be like, oh, you ain't been down. You ain't been in Jersey. You ain't been living in Jersey since you were a 12, 11-year-old, so you're not from Jersey anymore. It's like, okay, first of all, early childhood is your core of your personality and who you are. I don't care what nobody gotta say, okay? So let's get into the actual questions that some of you asked me on Instagram. I did ask y'all to ask me some questions on Instagram. Some of you did ask some questions. So we're only gonna go through 10, we're only gonna do 10 questions, okay? So let's get into these questions. The first question I have on here is, how long have you and your husband been talking and married? So we just gonna go right to the good stuff first before we get into all other stuff. I have been married for 8 months now. I got married on April 24th of this year in 2022. I was dating for 7 years before we got married. I met him when he was 27 and I was 21 or 22, and now I'm 29 and he's 34. So that is how long we were talking, and we ain't been married that long, but you know, we're married. So it's been beautiful, y'all. It really has been beautiful. I feel like a lot of people are rushing to do stuff, or even, you know, there's this thing where people are waiting a little bit longer, and that's okay too. I feel like you're just supposed to grow with that person and help each other become the whole pieces that you're intended to be. So I'll leave y'all with that tidbit. How do you make friends as an entrepreneur? Okay, so y'all, I will say that is probably the hardest thing that has been, is more so knowing where to place your friendships. Are these gonna be the type of friends that hold you accountable to getting work done at your job, or are these the friends that's gonna help you accountable to eating healthy or working out, or your friends is just your fun friends? Like, it's all about knowing where to place your friends, and it's something I had to figure out very soon, very early, being the type of person that's like, look, you wanting that person to be that all for you, and everybody can't be that all for you. You're not gonna have that one person that's gonna be able to do everything all the time for you, and I think that's the hardest thing that I think a lot of us women have to get over and move through. But making friends as an entrepreneur, I will say, I really just try to go to events. Like whenever I see there's an event and stuff, or honestly, if I see somebody on social media that I like, or that I think we have similar vibes, I just start engaging with their content. If they're in the city, you know, I'm like, let's link up, let's work out, let's get coffee, let's chat. I mean, you know, nothing weird. Some people are weird and be like, nah, B, and I'd be like, oh, okay, no problem, peace. I mean, you know, never, I will say this, I don't force anything. If it don't happen, it don't happen. It do happen, it do happen. But for the people that I've been able to link up with, I've been so gracious, and I love them so very much, and you know how much I love them. So yes, I think it's been pretty good, especially after college. I feel like it's always harder to make friends after college. Do you ever struggle with your body and confidence? Whew, do I feel like I've had so many body transformations, and y'all are something that I'll talk about later on throughout my channel. I've been 185, I've been 125 pounds, I've had no muscle, I've had a lot of fat on me before, I've been small, I've been everything, and I feel like I've always loved whatever my body was giving. I feel like I held it very well. However, I would still pick myself apart. I think there was always a little bit of body dysmorphia within me because I played sports and I wanted to look like I played volleyball all year round. And then the things that, you know, your coaches tell you when you're in high school and stuff, like, you know, oh, you can't eat ranch. Like I remember coach telling me that, or like, oh, you can only have this off season. Like it was just all these different rules that they kind of gave us, and like these diets they gave us, and it's like you just take that with you through college, and it's like you never truly you never truly understand how to start, you know, loving yourself more until you start addressing the issues and where they came from and where they started. And I think that me being able to do that and working through that and just, you know, loving my body, like, and just being consistent with my nutrition and taking care of my body. If you don't know, I do have IBS. It's irritable bowel syndrome. It is something that I've struggled with all my life, aka constipation. I have IBS-C, so it was a constipation thing. And so things just irritate my stomach and back me up. And so that's been a thing for me, like having that up and down weight loss and being afraid to eat food some days because not knowing, like, yo, this may hurt my stomach. And then, like, also, y'all, it got worse after 21. It got worse after 21. It got worse after I got off birth control. It got worse after just like I became a business owner. It got worse because I got more stressed and my body just was doing too much. It was doing too much. So do I struggle with body confidence sometimes? Yes. And also no, because now I'm just accepting what's here and what's now and just really just tailoring and just getting better and just using my body, you know, in a sense of like a source. Like, this is how I'm able to help others. Again, I'm a personal trainer, y'all. I don't know if I told y'all earlier, but I'm a personal trainer, you know, and, you know, just being that beacon of empowerment to other women out there. So yes, that was a lot to say. I'll be unfolding my story a little bit more throughout this whole YouTube journey, but yes, just a little tidbit about just body and confidence. Y'all, what's crazy is that my mic wasn't even on, so I'm sorry if the audio is kind of crazy before this, but look, it is what it is. It is what it is. I hope it sounds better now. Next question. I'm looking over here because that's where my questions are. What is your religion? I am a Christian. Non-denominational. I'm kind of working on getting a church home in Atlanta. I have one I've been going to that I really, really like. I've been watching One Church with Sarah Jake Roberts, Elevation Church. I was watching Michael Todd for a while. But those are my main churches. 3 of those. My dad is Muslim, so I'm very well versed with the Muslim culture and Islam and things like that. From Jersey, there's a lot of Muslim people up there. And I also have a lot of clients that are from Islam and Islam or Indian, and y'all know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I'm really well versed. Growing up, my mom's Puerto Rican, and she was very open to a lot of different cultures. So I've been a Jehovah's Witness. I've been a Hebrew Israelite. Like, my mom was she just would try everything. I've been Catholic. I've been all of it. But I've settled on Jesus. Well, not settled. That's not the right way of saying that. I chose Jesus, or more so Jesus chose me. So the next question is going to be, what are some of your favorite movies, music, things like that? Y'all, first of all, movies. I love The Notebook. I love White Chicks. I love Frozen. I don't know, that's just weird. These are the movies that's coming off the top of my head. Rush Hour. What else do I like? I don't know. I like sappy movies. Like, I'm really into sappy movies and just funny movies. And yeah, right now I am really been into K-pop. Like, if y'all like K-pop, comment below if you like K-pop. I'm really big into K-pop right now. Like, in regards to their movies, like all the movies on Netflix that's Asian culture, I'm with it. I'm here for it. I love it. All the Korean movies. I even like some of the Thailand movies. Those are good too. They have really good production. Yeah, music stuff though, I'm really heavy into hip hop, rap, pop, reggaeton. I like everything, y'all. I really feel like I'm that person that if you see me, like, you know, she like everything. You could just put her anywhere and she gonna meet some people and she gonna have a good time and they gonna have a good time and it's nothing to it but to do it. So yeah, that's my vibe. The next question is tips to gain weight in the right places. So it just depends on what you're trying to do, what your goals is. I mean, we all know that we're trying to have waist and bubble butts and nice thighs. For me, I really want some calves. It just ain't never happened though. I just don't think it's in the cards for me. So it's just not in the cards no matter what I do. I just want some calves. I officially got arms. It took forever to get these arms, y'all. Forever. Okay, I used to have skinny, lanky arms. And then before I had the skinny, lanky arms, they were kind of thick. And you know, Anyways, gaining weight in the right places, it really just depends on the type of training style that you're doing. Are you consistent with that training style, and how long have you been consistent with that training style? It really just depends on your body type as well, and genetics. I mean, like, some people naturally have more rounder shaped butts, whereas some people may have more naturally thick thighs, but not as much butt, and vice versa. So it just depends on your body type and how you're eating. That is a huge component as well. I don't think a lot of people talk about that. Like, do you need more protein? Do you need less protein? What does your sugar look like? I ain't trying to coach y'all. That's what it's about. But those are my tips. My main tips will be to, one, find yourself a fitness program that's geared to your goals. So if you're trying to grow your booty, find and growing your booty program. Breck Contreras is amazing. Look at his stuff on YouTube. Amazing program. It's very affordable. 2, pay attention to your nutrition. Are you eating 3 meals a day? Start there. I'm just gonna give y'all that little tidbit. Consistent with that program for more than 6 months. Eat 3 meals a day, protein balance. So the next question is, how do you plan your social media content? What are your fave apps for editing? Y'all, it depends on whatever freaking I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, when I say that, sometimes I'm on it. I'm like, I got my preview app open. I got my Facebook Meta app open. And I'm like just planning everything out, scheduling, posting everything. And in some seasons, when it's super busy, I try my best to just repurpose content. Whatever I already have that I've already said, just reiterate that some people may have not seen. I think a lot of people underestimate the value of things that some of your other people haven't even seen. Like, some of the posts that I'm going to be posting are going to be things that I've already posted on the social media platforms. And it's really just about spreading it everywhere. And planning, being consistent with the same type of post and the same time you're posting, in the same days. Like, if you want to start focusing on posting 3 times a week, pick those days, stick with those days and those times so that you can get consistent with it. I think a lot of the time they think, people think you gotta make this crazy content calendar for 30 days. You can. I ain't doing that shit. It's too much work. I'm busy. I'm a wife. I gotta cook. I gotta clean. I gotta work out. I gotta do a lot of stuff. I gotta walk this dang old dog. I don't do all of that. Like, I think it's great, but I feel like you kind of lose a little bit of your creativity. You're trying to put together that much content. And then anything can change in your life. Like, you may batch 30 days worth of content, but what if something changes in your life that you want to share about? Then you want to post that. And then, like, you already got all this other stuff already scheduled. It's just, I feel like it's working harder than necessary. So I feel like when it comes to planning your content, keep it simple, what you can consistently do. Don't try to be like nobody else. Don't try to talk like nobody else. Let me know if y'all know where I got that tidbit from. Let me know if y'all got that. Y'all, if y'all like Frank Ocean, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a Frank Ocean, a Frank Ocean skit. Anyways, next question. What are your views on pop culture, Kanye West, Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, this type of stuff? Y'all, so I don't keep up with pop culture. I'm gonna be honest. Like, don't expect me to be on here talking about, oh shit, y'all saw the new blah blah. I'm like, no, I haven't seen anything. Where is it? What happened? That's me. But I did see all the stuff with Kanye. Like, God bless him. That's all I gotta say about that. Bless his soul. Bless his mental health. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. Am I gonna still listen to Kanye music? Yes. Do I own a pair of Yeezys? No. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm, even with the Kim stuff, like, people like to bash Kim and all this stuff, and she's an evil person and all these things. And my thing is, like, I don't care nothing about what they got going on. I'm gonna buy some Skims, because those are legit the best panties I've ever wore while working out in the gym and just in general, okay? And the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion thing, whose side am I on? I'm always gonna be a woman focused with that type of stuff. Like, gotta support my ladies, but I don't know. Who really knows what happened besides the people that were actually there? And it's just messy. I don't want to be part of the mess. I don't like the drama, so I don't really indulge in that type of media. I don't really care. Next question, how to navigate relationships. I want to be in a serious relationship. So I'm assuming they're talking about maybe marriage. They're looking to get married. And something I want to just let all of my ladies out there, or even if you're a guy and you're watching this, look, ladies, when it comes to wanting a serious relationship, I feel like a lot of it has to do with you as a woman wanting to grow more, with a lot more of your self-love. You can say that you love yourself, but even the ugly parts about you that you know that you need to work on, loving those parts, healing those parts is very necessary. And I feel like, there's a lot of this whole energy of like F-boys and things like that. And, there's no good men out here. And I feel like that narrative depends on your mindset and your perspective. And, I live in Atlanta, so it's like very slim pickings, they say. It's a different world right now. But I feel like there's still some good men out there. And I also feel like it really just depends on where you're looking and what you're attracting. And it has a lot to do with you. So if you're attracting a lot of F-boys, it's because you got something that's going on internally with yourself that you have to work on. There may be some things that you need to not be so particular about when it comes to maybe the appearance of the guy, or maybe the type of job he has, or just stuff like that. I'm just giving examples, y'all. I'm not saying that you got to be living with somebody that, live with his mom, or I don't know. I'm just giving you very extreme scenarios. But when it comes to like wanting to be in a real serious relationship, I think when you're out dating, I think that's something that you should definitely, and let's say if you're like my age, like 29 or over, right? When you're going on those dates and you're talking to those guys, just being very upfront, honest. Like when I first got with my husband, I was very honest, very straightforward, and I was like myself. Like, yes, obviously, we try to be a little bit nicer than we actually are. Try to be a little nicer. But overall, I was my goofy, loud, over-expression self. And it's just what it was. And also just being straightforward, like, hey, I like you. I really am looking for someone that I could be serious with, settle down with. Just being that you. Sometimes us women have to a little, like, again, it depends on you as a person. Don't be something that you're not. Being straightforward and honest, like, this is what I want, this is what I like. And also being receptive to his stuff as well and his feelings. I think nowadays there's this whole agenda and addendum or whatever, of people saying, you better come to me whole and healed. And it's like, girl, you're not even whole and healed. Like, what are you talking about? Like, even in the Bible, it says we're constantly healing. We are wounded people. Okay? Every one of us. None of us are perfect. So it's really unrealistic to expect for somebody to come to you whole and perfect. And I'm just going to be honest. There's going to be work that needs to be done with that person. There's going to be work that needs to be done with you, and continuously work. Because at the end of the day, when you're two halves, no matter if you're a woman and a man, or a woman and a woman, whatever, there's two broken halves. You're a broken half right now. When you meet your partner, because I truly believe that we as people need companionship, whether if you want to get married, or if you're the type of person that's like, I don't really believe in marriage, I don't want to get married, that's fine, that's your business. But I'm going to tell you like it is. Two people, you need companionship. I feel like companion people live longer. These are just my belief, young, I believe, okay? And I feel like we are put on earth for each other to have that companionship. So once you meet that person, you're supposed to help each other grow. And once you both are growing together, not, you better already be here because I'm here. Like, you can't come with that energy. That's not that's again, y'all, I'm spiritual too, y'all. That's not going to help fuel you in what you truly desire in a serious relationship. Because you can have all that external shit. I'm sorry, I don't even know if we can cuss on Instagram. On Facebook. Or wait, YouTube. What is it? What social media is this? YouTube. This is YouTube, Tiana. This is YouTube. God dang, I lost my train of thought. Yo, this is crazy. Yo, I'm goofy. But seriously, like, that, if you want something serious, you're going to have to work with a person. Again, you don't have to compromise too much, but there is some compromising of yourself. It's almost like you're dying to your old self in a way. There are some parts of you that will have to die, okay? And that's a good thing. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. What was that? I'm over here about to get to scriptures, y'all. There's a time for everything, okay? There is a time for everything. There's a time for things to be growing, time for things to be dying, and that's how you want to think about relationship. Y'all, my camera definitely overheated. But it's okay. We're on our last question. I think that's my last question. Yes, this is my last question, even if it isn't. How did I get started with being a coach? What steps did I take to get to where I am? I think it's a great way to end this very long Q&A. I became a coach after, college. Like, I graduated and I couldn't get a job. Like, you know, the market wasn't as great as they made the dream that they sell. Go to college, you know, get a job after you intern, all this stuff. And it just didn't work out the way I wanted to work out. And honestly, I just had too much of a leadership personality, too much of an outspoken personality for the conservativeness of corporate America and Georgia. Okay, I'm just being honest. And it just didn't work out for me. It was really, really hard. Like, nobody would hire me. And when I say that, you know, I'll never forget it. First of all, I was working at 2 different, restaurants at the time. I was a server at restaurants, and I think this was a little after I started working at Cheesecake Factory. I used to work at Cheesecake Factory, P.F. Chang's, the whole nine. I think I was working at True Food Kitchen at the time, in Buckhead to be exact. And, you know, I remember this guy, he came up to me at the car wash like, hey, you know, you pretty shit. This is the time I was working out still, y'all. And I was like, I was having a lot of stomach issues, and I became vegan and stuff. It was a while ago. But he was like, hey, you know, come to my boy's gym. There's a holistic gym down the road. It was right by my house. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, weirdo. So I like ended up going to the gym and checking it out. And it turned out to be one of my homies I went to high school with. I was like, oh, snap, yo, what's up? You know, and like, basically that just kind of kick-started like me actually learning how to become a trainer. It was a holistic facility, so I learned a lot about just how to heal your body from within, which was really good because at the time, like, I didn't know I had IBS. I just thought, oh, you know, I just can't have dairy. No, it was way deeper than that I know now. But back then I just was like, I'm just gonna go vegan, it's gonna help. That wasn't just it. But yeah, so like, you know, I worked there for about 2 years, and I learned a lot about detoxing, a whole bunch of stuff, and then I started doing training in apartment complexes, and then from there I actually started training at where I am training my clients now, Stack Sports Performance in Atlanta. And throughout that whole time, you know, COVID happened. I had invested in myself. In the midst of like doing all of that stuff, y'all, I sat down. Because again, I wasn't making no money. I'm being honest, I was not making squat dilly diddly. After working at True Food, I had to leave True Food because True Food wasn't getting no money either, y'all. The little whatever tips I was getting, a little $100 tip that was not enough. So I started working at Stats Brew Pub. So I'm gonna tell y'all, shit's crazy. I was working at Stats Brew Pub, Spindrift. My homegirl hooked me up with Spindrift. So I was working at Stats Brew Pub and Spindrift, and I was a personal trainer at the same time. And honestly, I was working 3 jobs while trying to figure out this whole training thing and trying to meet up with other trainers by working out at some of the dopest gyms, like, you know, the Loft or HX. I was working out at HX, my own personal self. And so, you know, it was like just, you know, just surrounding myself. I started surrounding myself. To answer your question, what steps did I take? I started surrounding myself around people that were doing what I wanted to do. Essentially, like, I want to be a trainer. Where can I go in Atlanta that's a dope gym? Work out there, see what they're doing, meet those trainers, set up lunch dates with these trainers, see what they're doing. And that's what I did. Like, and like, this is just me fast forwarding this. And it essentially helped me meet the people that helped me start my online programs, like going to these gyms, getting asked to come to networking events, from those networking events, meeting my mentors and my coaches that already had built online platforms, applying and joining their programs with my little funky $200 because I ain't had no money back then, and still working on that. But giving them my last to be able to build an online program and prepare for the season that was to come. That's what happened. Like, I prepared for what was to come. When COVID happened, I was already ready to go with my online programs and things like that because I had already prepared. Even though I wasn't having anything coming in, I had already prepared for it. But that's how I got started being a personal trainer and an online nutrition coach. And that's the steps that I took. Surrounding myself with people that are doing what I want them to do, doing what I want to do at a higher level, and not being afraid to just do it, even though I can't fully see the vision and I don't know what's going to happen, if it's even going to work. So that's it. That's all. It's been a while since I sat down in front of this camera, so I hope it wasn't me looking up at the viewfinder too much, y'all, because, you know, as people on social media tend to do that. But yeah, I hope that y'all like this. And again, share this with a friend. Like, let's build our community. I'm excited about this journey that we're going into 2023. By the time you're watching it, it should already be 2023. Maybe I'm going to post this right before New Year's Eve. We'll see. Hopefully on New Year's Day you'll get this. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe again, and I'll see y'all next week.